We begin tonight with breaking news out of Shelby Township, where a woman was stabbed to death at a Meijer gas station.
Yeah, police tell us this attack was not random and that they have a suspect now in custody. Fox 2's Camille Amiri joins us live with the latest on this, Camille. I can't even imagine someone coming at me with a knife. Just frightening.
Yeah, this happened around 5 o'clock tonight. Police have left. I'm going to step out of the way real quick just to show you, if we can, Ian Wood, my photographer, just to show you what's going on here. There's still some crime scene tape up, but the people there, I believe, are Meijer employees. All the police have left. But a very traumatic situation, to say the least. I want you to take a look at some video. So like I said, this was around 5 o'clock at the Meijer gas station on Hall Road in Shelby Township. You can see a lot of police activity towards here very quickly, focusing their efforts on a silver SUV that was parked at the pump. Police tell us that this was a stabbing, that a man stabbed a woman. This was a domestic situation. She was rushed to an area hospital, but then later succumbed to her injuries. You may be seeing in the video, too, that there was a baby. This toddler somehow connected to the scene. The baby was still here when we actually arrived. We had a photographer here earlier, and then my photographer and I came here about 8:30, 9 o'clock. The baby was still here. I asked Meijer employees, what connection does the baby have? They would not tell me. Baby surrounded by police, unharmed. Police, like I said, not releasing a lot of information, but saying that the public is not at risk. The man, the suspect, took off, but they were later able to catch up to him a short time later, and he was placed in police custody. Again, the woman died from her injuries, and we did see family members here who were very distraught, talking to police, and of course picking up that child, that young child. Of course, all of this under investigation right now, but still a horrible situation. That vehicle just recently towed, that silver SUV towed, and of course this gas station closed for hours. It is now after 10 o'clock. Again, that crime scene tape still up. Police left at about 9:58, right before the show started, but just a horrible situation altogether. But to see that child with our own eyes, not only on the video that our photographer got earlier, but then with our own eyes when we pulled up behind the Meijer, to see that child seemingly in good spirits, calm, surrounded by police officers until family members could come, that was relieving, but still a horrible set of circumstances right now. Of course, we're hoping to learn more tomorrow morning, but for now we're live in Shelby Township. Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and I can tell, Camille, you're being very careful about the relationship potentially between the child and anyone who is associated with this, and that's incredibly wise. But obviously the question for everyone is, what was going on there with the child? And if we're talking about the relationship, do they think that the attacker was connected to the person who was obviously stabbed here, and in what way?
Yeah, I mean, we know that this was a domestic situation. Police saying specifically that they knew each other, not going into detail, but I think you can kind of connect the dots when then you see a child. And again, this happened right at the gas pump. You know, there were a lot of evidence markers around. We don't know if they recovered the knife, but we looked specifically. We didn't see blood in any of the video that we wanted to show viewers, but just a horrible set of circumstances. And like I said, when we saw that child with our own eyes, just so thankful that nothing happened to him or her, but still a lot to come on this story. Obviously a developing situation. Police, again, will release more information, especially once the suspect is formally charged, possibly tomorrow or Tuesday. Hilary, I'll send it back to you.
All right, yeah, certainly we'll learn a lot more when that arraignment happens. Thank you so much, Camille Amiri, live for us tonight.
And right down the road from that scene, a popular Golden Corral boarded up after a car crashed into the building. It happened this afternoon on Hall Road. Police tell us that 3 people were injured. They're working to find out what caused the driver to crash.
All right, we got to tell you about a shooting on the west side of Detroit that ended with a man wounded and a woman behind bars. Apparently, shots rang out this morning on Strathmore Street. The man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators are trying to figure out what led up to this shooting.
There was an altercation with the child's father. That altercation led to guns being produced, gunshots being fired, and ultimately striking 2 males.
Staying on Detroit's west side, an alleged custody dispute turns deadly. A double shooting this afternoon on Delaware Street leaves one man dead, another wounded. Police say the victim was engaged to the mother of the alleged shooter's child. The victim was taken to the hospital where he later died. The suspected gunman drove himself to the same hospital with minor injuries and is currently being questioned by police.
Please, if you know anything, say something, call it in, 1-800-SPEAK-UP or Words TV, any and all information. We need help to solve that.
Well, there you see it, Detroit police pleading with the public for help to solve a hit and run, a critical situation here. A 14-year-old boy badly hurt. It happened last night at 7 Mile in Archdale on the west side of the city. The boy was on a mini bike in the street. We believe he was riding it. That is illegal. The driver apparently never stopped. Police are checking cameras in their area for information and also to figure out who caused this incident.
Turning to weather now. Captain Rich Luderman joining us. There's some changes in the atmosphere.
Yes, I mean, we've had this long, dry stretch of weather, but today that started to change. We did have some batches of showers come through, and we need it. I mean, we need it, and we're going to get some over the next few days. You can see there are still some showers and storms out there to our west, also to our east between London and Toronto. But notice this cluster here, close to Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, all generally streaming in our direction. Right now, some active showers along the St. Clair River from Marine City to St. Clair down to Algonac, and also to the west of Jackson and Adrian, some showers, even a few rumbles of thunder out there. We did make it into the middle 70s. Temperatures falling back a bit, but it is kind of soupy out there as the dew points are up. How about some live pictures from Elkhart, Indiana? You can see the wet weather there. This is northern Indiana, not far from South Bend. For us, a few showers will come and go, and there could be a rumble of thunder as we get down to 64. And we have more rain chances right through Thursday. Tomorrow, we officially welcome fall at 2:19. A full check of the 7-day forecast coming up in 15.
On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." I forgive him. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love.
Powerful words from Erica Kirk forgiving the person who allegedly murdered her husband. A huge turnout today in Glendale, Arizona for a memorial service honoring the life of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, as you saw probably from the video online, tens of thousands in attendance there. The list of speakers included many members of the Trump administration. Vice President J.D. Vance was followed by Kirk's widow. The ceremony ended with a touching message to the family from the President of the United States.
I hope the extraordinary outpouring of emotion over these past 11 days has comforted you with the knowledge that your son brought more good and love into this world in his 31 short years than most people, even very, very successful people, can bring in a lifetime.
And Kirk's alleged assassin is charged with murder and could face the death penalty.
The U.S. Senate has passed a resolution declaring October 14, 2025 as a National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. That's his birthday. The resolution designates the day as an opportunity for Americans to reflect on Kirk's contributions to public debate and civic engagement.